Today, we're sipping Old Forester single barrel strength.
That's good. That's real good. Manly.
Hey YouTube, we're Bourbon on the River. I'm Eric, this is Justin, and there's Jesse. Today we're going to be sampling and sipping some Old Forester single barrel strengths. This one's from Vintage Wine and Spirits. It's a store in Tennessee. These Old Forester single barrels, they come in at a high proof. This one is 131.1. The closest thing that you're going to get to finding Old Forester at this proof on the shelf regularly is the Old Forester Prohibition style. It's a favorite of mine. Do you like it?
The 1920, the Prohibition, right, is the high proof one.
Yep.
And it's not bad. I mean, it's got a little bit more cherry than I prefer generally, but it's a pretty good bottle.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's obvious, right? Each one of these is a different store pick.
Yep.
We figured we'd go through and kind of try them all side by side, see if anyone stood out, and if there was a big difference between the store picks or not. And they're all really relatively close in proof. I think the lowest one is 129 something and the highest 131 something. So
yeah,
not a big difference in proof. So Old Forester's falls under like the Brown-Forman umbrella, right? So they have a lot of brands, including like Jack Daniels, that kind of stuff. My opinion, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge Old Forester fan, but I love the Old Forester single barrel strengths and the single barrel strength rye, right? Very good bottles. I don't drink a lot of the other Old Forester stuff. Mostly, I feel like a lot of Brown-Forman stuff, but especially Old Forester, drinks a little bit hotter than it is. Like it kind of, you know, it's generally a good like second pour, right?
Yeah.
It's not like the first one of the night.
yeah.
And that's coming from a guy who loves the higher proof stuff too. So like not only is it 130 proof, but also drinks a little hotter than that.
Yeah, one of our friends had a nice tasting note the other day. He said, "This hits like a hammer," and I can say that with this.
Mm-hmm.
That first sip hits like a hammer, and that's a real good way to describe it.
Oh, that's really good though.
It's very good.
There's so much finish, the thing just keeps going.
All
Of
right.
a sudden, my glasses are empty.
Yeah. All right. Now this next one we're trying is a 129.9. It's 1.2 proof off. You're not going to have much difference there, but it is a different barrel. So let's see if flavor profile.
I gotta say, I'm a big fan of this. I definitely get the classic Old Forester profile, if that's your thing. There's a little bit of cherry in here. There's a lot of depth, a lot of complexity, a great finish. It keeps going. It does have that kind of harsher, hotter kind of note that kind of, in my opinion, Old Forester has, but still a really good bottle.
I think it's got a stronger nose, but maybe that's because it's a fresh bottle.
It's fair to say 3 of these we actually opened right before the video.
Right,
so
right.
They're
So,
definitely fresh cracks.
Yeah, this definitely has a little more nose than that.
You'll get a tad bit more kind of ethanol.
Yep,
coming out
I'd
of
expect that.
I've never had any of these Old Forester barrel strengths, especially the blue label.
That does not hit like a hammer like that one did. But like you said,
I 100%
maybe it's
agree
second
with you.
pour.
That is a bit softer.
It is a little bit softer.
I'd
this
say a
one
lot
came-
softer, actually.
This one came
These
from
are all hot.
Ashbrook.
Sorry.
What's that?
These are all hot as hell.
Yeah.
I don't like that one's that hot.
The second one's from Ashbrook Liquor Outlet, Morgantown, West Virginia.
I gotta say, this a lot softer, a little bit sweeter. I don't get the cherry that I get from this one, which I find as a great thing, right? I'm not a huge fan of like overly cherry flavor. And this is not near as hot or as harsh. Like I'm legitimately surprised at the difference between these 2 bottles, especially being like off proof by like 1.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost no difference in proof.
That is so much softer.
This third one, do you guys know where Creston Wine and Spirits is?
That is out of Delaware, I believe.
Delaware.
The nose on this one is not anywhere near as strong.
Oh no, that almost smells like it's been open for a second. It's just been opened. The proof on this one is 129.7, so 0.2 less on proof than this.
I gotta say, this one I would put this one right in between, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got the same kind of front. It's about as sweet as this one is, which I like in the beginning, but it has that.
I get some citrus at the beginning. Really get some citrus, like orange almost. Orange peel.
So a lot of people say
Yeah, that's nice, yeah.
they get kind of like a banana out of brown Foreman. I don't know that I got that so much on these, but it's a common kind of note from a brown Foreman bottle.
Like the early palate has a citrusy taste to me.
This one's a little more harsh on the back end, kind of like the first one was.
Yep.
It's got that kind of hotter feel that Old Forester tends to have.
And this fourth one we're looking at is Cobalt Barrel number 3. You guys know where that store is?
This is North End Market.
North End Market.
It's a local Parkersburg store. They did a barrel pick of this about a year ago.
Okay.
Huge shout out to North End Market. They're always great to us. We appreciate everything that they do. So we actually did a Woodford Reserve pick for North End Market that they have, I think, still a couple of left if anybody wants to pick one of those up.
Yep. This one proofs in at 128.6, so it's the least fiery of these 4, but let's see if it tastes the least fiery.
And I still am getting a good finish from that last one. Ooh. This one might have the best nose of the bunch.
I tell you, on the Old Forester barrel strength, all these drink hot to me. I think they're all hot. This one's good. I like it a lot. I like this one a lot. Ooh.
I think I have my order.
I'll tell you, they are hot, but in my opinion, in a really good way. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of these bottles when I first started drinking them, but they have grown on me a lot.
Yep.
And I think now, I don't know what these go for secondary. I think they're about $80, $90 MSRP. They're a buy every time from every place, no matter what. I would never turn one of these down. And honestly, I think I'm willing to pay up to, and like I said, I don't know secondary, I'd probably go 120. Like
100.
these are a really good bottle.
Yep. You guys feel like ranking them? Because I'll go ahead and put my first choice up front. I'm going to pick that North End Market first. This is my second. This is the third. And I think this hits the hottest.
Yep.
Which is surprising as long as that's been open, right?
Right.
I mean, it's pretty empty. Been there for a while. The only thing I disagree with you on personally, I'd probably flip 1 and 2.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that. What is it? The Ashbrook, the second one. I think that was fantastic, right? Still complex, still hot enough, really good. But you can't go wrong with any of these. I would drink all 4 of these any day of the week.
Absolutely.
I agree with you on 3 and 4, and I actually probably side with Pew. I think the North End Market gets the nod over the Ashbrook.
Yep.
They're pretty close.
Yep. Well,
They are
guys.
pretty close.
Yeah. Well,
Hot.
guys.
Hot.
Well, YouTube, thanks for joining us on our Old Forester single barrel pick. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'd like to hear from you.
Please
Talk to
give
you
us
later.
a comment. Love to talk to you guys. You won't hear from Reber, but I'll respond.